All right, this is the Town of McCandless Personnel Board for September 16th, 2025, a special meeting at 5 p.m. In attendance, we have John Schwinn, Chief Hawk, me, Matt Shipley, Eric Fisher, Steve Corbel, Rita Martin, Brian Schneider, Amy Wearspan, and June Nevich. Is that how? Drenovich. Thank you. So open this. Is anybody here from the public?
There is not.
All right, so new business to recertification of eligibility list. To turn it over to John, Town Manager. No.
I don't know why these microphones aren't on. I'll just speak loudly so that it'll be recorded. We have new technology over here that has come into place. As happens occasionally, we did certify the eligibility list at our last personnel board meeting. After background checks began, we did find two items of note, which we need to address. And that's why we're here today to recertify this list. So I'll address first, it was the candidate formerly ranked as number one, identified by the last board as driver's license number 6500. That candidate had requested veterans preference points, or actually I should say that we had identified him as a veteran based on the initial review. However, based on the requirements set forth by the state for the veterans preference points, he did not complete a military contract or 180 plus day deployment. So he was honorably discharged on the DD 214. He did not falsify any information. However, those requirements were not met. Therefore, those 10 points that we had added to him, we took away in the new scoring. So you will see that that candidate formerly ranked as number one now will be ranked as number two, identified as a driver's license number 6500. That created a new candidate number one, driver's license 5077. Issue number two, which we needed to address, was during the course of the background investigation on a candidate who was ranked number three, identified as license 2278. Unfortunately, we found that that candidate falsified information on his application. The question was asked if there had been any disciplinary action taken, any suspensions, disciplinary action, warnings, etc. Candidate indicated no. And unfortunately, during his background investigation, we found that that was not truthful. Therefore, he is disqualified or should be disqualified upon your certification from the list. That would remove him in totality from the list. And therefore, you'll see, as presented by Chief Hawk, the list as of 9/9/2025 only has 6 candidates as opposed to the 7 who were originally listed. That set of 6 has had background checks completed down to number 4, which would be adequate for the hiring process, assuming that any of those candidates choose not to take the job. We would conduct a background investigation on the final 2. If we found any issues there, then we would have to obviously reconvene. But this, as of the list as of 9/9/2025, is accurate and correct. Be happy to answer any questions you have.
Before we begin, let the record show that Joe Wall entered the meeting. Are there any questions?
Yeah, I just have one. We talked a little bit off the record, but I guess now that we're taking minutes, I just want to clarify the issue with the veterans preference points for candidate 6500.
Okay.
The question that was asked on the questionnaire, did that ask him if he's eligible for the veterans preference points, or did it just say, have you served in the military?
I don't have that directly in front of me.
That's a good question. That's a very good question.
Do you know that, Chief?
I don't offhand, but we could probably grab it.
So I got the impression from talking earlier that it was because of like the state law has certain qualifications, but I'd be interested to find out how the question was worded to see if he had an affirmative duty to check the regulations before answering, or if it's just a, you honorably discharged from the military type question.
From what I recall, there were no questions regarding that. It was more of they submitted a resume or their background and experiences. We didn't directly ask them, are you eligible for veterans points? But
Okay,
that may have changed.
Yeah, the question is not asked on the application, are you eligible for the points? The question is, have you served? If yes, provide your DD 214, which he did.
okay.
So we find that out, automatically your brain says, oh, DD 214, you get the veterans points. That's not the case. It has to be, like I said, either that 180-day plus deployment or completed contract. So that question is not specified.
So it sounds like maybe in the future, maybe if we could alter our questions to maybe ask, have you served deployed overseas or something, so that we could find out.
Or prior to,
Or prior,
showing you a ranking and us putting that veterans points back, we should complete that a little bit more thoroughly.
Yeah, maybe look into that. I don't have any other questions.
Any other questions? Well, can I get a motion to approve the list then?
I'll make a motion to approve the revised list as of 9/9/2025.
Second? Amy? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion carries. I assume there's still no more general public there?
There is not.
Okay. Anything else that anybody else want to cover while we're here real quick?
Are we ready to hire these people? Yes,
I like to think we're getting dangerously close to making conditional offers.
okay. Very well stated. Cover draft.
So, motion to adjourn then?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? All right, we're adjourned.